Hello and welcome to Stained Glass Gaming, where I turn video games into glass. Today, I am making a simple version of the Triforce from the Legend of Zelda series. I've played several of the Zelda games across the different consoles: A Link to the Past, Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, and Skyward Sword, though I never actually finished any of them. Once I've finished cutting the glass, I brush the tiny pieces into a container. These are from my previous videos. The smaller pieces I might use later, I put into a container separated by color. The larger pieces go back in my box of glass. I don't have a proper setup, but at least the glass is lying vertically and not horizontally. If the glass is horizontal, the weight of the pieces above will crack it. This is also my way of limiting myself to the amount of glass I buy. If I don't have a proper setup, I can't have as much glass as I want. These pieces didn't take long to grind, since they just have straight edges. Now that you've seen the process from start to finish, I thought I'd show the cleanup part. After I finish grinding and the grinder is cooled down, I unplug it and move it to the edge of the table to drain the water and glass residue. I prop it up with some paint stick pieces so that all the water flows down to the hole on the bottom left side of the grinder. Since I don't want to have glass residue in my sink, I use a container to hold the water and glass. I pour water into the grinder to clean the glass residue out. The water flows into a hole and out the side into the filter. I also use a piece of sponge and wipe the residue toward the hole. I don't use my fingers because the residue can still cut me. The glass residue is heavier than water and sinks to the bottom. To prevent the container from becoming full of water, I reuse the water to clean the grinder. Now, you might be thinking, wouldn't reusing the water defeat the purpose of cleaning the grinder, since the previous glass residue was still in the water? A solution I came up with is to filter the water using a funnel and coffee filters. I had to poke some holes to allow the water to pass through faster. I tested this earlier, and without holes, I'd have to wait a while for the water to pass through. Not the most glamorous thing, but it gets the job done. Because the pieces are small, I use the 7/32 inch width black backed foil, because I want as much glass to show as possible. Follow me on Twitter at GlassArtGames to be notified when I upload a video and to see what I am working on next. This project is simple, and I don't need to use the paper pattern to line up the pieces. I can just pin it and start soldering. I solder slowly to prevent the glass from cracking. This is the smallest piece I have made so far, and the solder lines came out looking better than in my previous videos. The last thing I do is sweep my work area and then wipe it with a wet sponge. The sponge picks up any solder, glass residue, foil, patina, and anything else that was left over from the entire process. Now this turned out a little smaller than I wanted, but it turned out looking great in the end. Something I want to do in the future is make a 3D version. It'll be larger of course, but going from 2D to 3D is challenging. Like, share, comment and subscribe if you enjoyed this video and want to see more. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all through the next pane.